Just be more confident, bro. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Tell me something I don't know. Of course, confidence is important in the bedroom, but sometimes you destroy your own confidence without even realizing it. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you 6 ways that you might be unconsciously destroying your own confidence in the bedroom. My name is Stirling Cooper. I'm an award-winning adult film star, former high-class male companion, and I'm here to help you transform your sex life. So the first way that guys tend to destroy their own confidence in the bedroom is doubting or questioning themselves. So this can even be prior to even getting in the bedroom with a woman. They're second guessing what they're doing. Now this is obviously the reverse of doing something with confidence, with assurity, with conviction, right? So for example, you might be doubting or questioning whether or not you can go for the kiss. Doubting or questioning whether or not she likes it when you pull her hair. Doubting or questioning whether she actually likes your rhythm of the motion. First and foremost, you need to remove these doubting and questioning thoughts in your head. Yeah, like, especially in the moment. Look, after the fact, cool. After you've had sex, then come in from a third person perspective and kind of analyze what you were doing and like, oh, maybe I could have done this better, maybe I could have done that better. But that's after the fact. In the moment, you don't want to be doubting and questioning yourself because that never, ever, ever helps you. And it doesn't even help you sort of correct yourself in the moment either, for the most part. The second mistake that guys make when it comes to destroying their own confidence in the bedroom is they compare themselves subconsciously to her past lovers. They make up this sort of image in their mind of, you know, the kinds of guys she's had in the past, or maybe he's met one of her exes, or maybe you've seen a photo on her Instagram or something of her and her ex, and and in his head he's like, oh, this guy looks like a stud, this guy looks like he really knows how to lay pipe better than me, and they're constantly, like, in their head comparing themselves to this fictional character they've created in there, this caricature they've made of this guy, right? So they're comparing themselves to her past lovers and thinking, oh, I hope I'm as good as her past lover, I hope I give her as many orgasms, I hope my dick's as big as his dick, or whatever the fuck. Again, like, what you do to a woman in the bedroom has as much to do with what you do to her physically as what you do to her mentally. So you can actually stand out from the crowd pretty easily just by being different. And being different doesn't necessarily mean, you know, being weird or, you know, obscure. It could just mean introducing something new in the bedroom, doing things a slightly different way, doing things with a different tempo, with a different pace, with a different intensity, doing things from a different frame, you know, using different dirty talk, using different pet names. Whatever it is, there's so many different ways that you can create a totally different sexual experience for her that is different from 90% of men. Because most men are, at least from what I've heard, are like predictable and boring and somewhat vanilla in the bedroom. So just throwing in a few things here and there that make you a little bit different will absolutely set you apart from any previous lovers she's had in the past. And here's the other more important thing to remember, guys. If she's having sex with you, she's having sex with you for a reason. She likes you. She ain't having sex with this other guy anymore anyway. She's having sex with you, which means she wants your dick. So stop doubting your dick. Number 3 is needing an outcome or trying desperately to please her. When people need an outcome, when people are very, very outcome dependent, it is obvious to everybody around them they need that outcome. So in particular, in the bedroom, women can tell if you are desperate to please them, and women can tell if you and your ego, more importantly, need her to orgasm so that you can feel confidence, or you can feel some kind of satisfaction, or you can feel like you're the fucking man because you got her off. Ironically, by not actually caring about that, you're actually more likely to get her off in the first place, which is this weird kind of paradoxical thinking, I know, but it's actually true. Now, it's all well and good to want to please your partner in the bedroom. That's a fantastic thing, that's a good thing. But needing that outcome isn't helpful to your confidence and your self-esteem, because here's why. You aren't ultimately in control of that outcome. She is. You know, yeah, you can do things to a woman to get her off, and there's lots of buttons you can push on a woman that are very predictable and most women tend to like, and there's a certain way to eat pussy, there's a certain way to have sex with a woman that's going to likely lead to an orgasm. Cool. I talk about all that stuff on this channel. But ultimately, every woman is different. Ultimately, she might be having a bad day. She might be in her head, and she might, she got fired at work, or she got into an argument with her dad, or her home the mortgage got foreclosed on her home. I don't know, whatever it is, but something bad might have happened to her, right? So she's stuck in her head, and on that particular day, no matter what you do, she ain't getting out of her head. That is ultimately out of your control for the most part. Unless you're going to sit there and try to hypnotize her and walk her through some therapy, and then maybe get her out of that, and then, okay, now we can have sex. Okay, you might be able to do that. But for the most part, there's an element to this which is entirely up to her. So if it's not 100% in your control, you don't need to worry so much about it. You can do what you can do, execute on your techniques, give her get that good pipe laying, but ultimately you need to be devoid of attachment from that outcome, and more importantly, separate your confidence and your self-esteem from that outcome. Attach your self-esteem and your confidence to something that is far more within your control, aka yourself. The fourth way that guys sabotage their confidence in the bedroom is asking for permission for everything. Now, obviously, consent is important. I'm not telling you guys to go do things that aren't consented to. That would be stupid. Everything I teach on this channel comes with the assumption that there is consent. However, consent isn't always verbal, 100% verbal all the time. And any man who's ever actually had sex with a woman understands this. Your grandparents, your great-great-grandparents, everyone didn't run around asking, oh, can I touch your arm? Can I kiss you? Can I pull your hair? Can I take your shirt off? Can I take your bra off, madam? That is the most pussy-drying experience a woman could probably have. If every single step of the way the dude is asking for consent on absolutely everything, I guarantee you that is not a fun, sexually charged experience. And humans have known this since the dawn of time. They've understood that consent is as much non-verbal as it is verbal. So, part of this is understanding and being able to read a woman's body language when she's comfortable with you escalating, when she's comfortable with making a move. And if you make a move and she's uncomfortable, then you don't go any further. You take a step back. Be respectful. That's called consent. So, but nowadays, with the whole Me Too movement and things like that, there's a whole lot of guys out there, and I know because I get emails about this all the time, there's a whole lot of guys who are petrified of making a move on a woman, which is ironically making things worse in the bedroom for women. Because women want a guy who just gets it. Women want a guy who knows when to make that move, who doesn't have to ask for permission, he just reads her body language and understands and makes the move. So, you're actually sabotaging your own confidence, subconsciously too, by constantly asking for permission all the time for things. Like, can I kiss you? Like, can I touch your breast? Or something like this, right? You're taking away your own personal, power and responsibility. And more importantly, you're trying to mitigate risk. You're trying to never hear the word no. You're trying to, well, not the end of trying to hear the word no, you're trying to never get rejected, really. Because it takes balls to, like, make a move. It takes a lot of confidence for you to make a move, have her stop you, and take that step back and be totally fine with it. And not get butthurt about it. That's the most important thing. That's why it's okay to, make a move. She doesn't like it. We respect her. Understand that we don't have consent for that, whatever it is. Take a step back. We're cool. We don't get butthurt. We don't get whiny. We don't kick up a fuss or anything, or get sad or angry or any of that crap. It's like, okay, whoop-de-doo, whatever. Let's keep watching the movie, or whatever we're doing with this chick. Cool? But you don't need to be worried about constantly asking for permission for everything, because that makes you second guess yourself in the first place. Number 5 is you're not leading. And this kind of ties back into asking permission, but you're kind of letting the woman dictate the sexual interaction is not really a confidence building thing, because again, it's something that's out of your control. You don't have control over what she likes, what she wants to do, where what her confidence is in the bedroom, where she's going to take things. You don't, build that certainty in yourself by leading in the bedroom, by choosing which sex positions to go in, by telling a girl to suck your dick, by telling a girl, hey, bend over, I want to eat your pussy, or by telling a girl, like, get on top of my dick, I want you to ride me. By telling a girl, again, leading the interaction, one, it builds confidence, it builds experience, it builds assertiveness, it builds self-esteem, it builds this assurance in you know what you're doing, and you're comfortable being that leader, which is, 2, what she really wants. She wants you to lead and be the one in control in the bedroom for the most part. Some girls, some girls like to please you, some girls like to get on top occasionally, some girls like to take a little bit of control occasionally, but for the most part, they want the guy to lead her through the sexual experience. So the more you lead the sexual experience, the more confidence you'll get, the more self-esteem you'll get, the more it becomes natural, and more that kind of dominant side of your personality will naturally start to express itself in other areas of your life as well. And number 6 is saying sorry if you've hurt her a little bit. Now look, you're not going to be perfect all the time. Sometimes you might, you might step on her hair like with your elbow, or crush her hair or something, or maybe pinch like an earring here and there, or maybe spank her a little bit too hard, or maybe you didn't cut a fingernail one week and you might scratch her like accidentally, or you might blunder a technique here and there. You might not do everything perfectly smooth 100% of the time, and you might hurt her a little bit. Cool. That is an accident. You didn't mean to do it. You didn't do it intentionally, so there's no reason for you to feel bad, okay? You can be like, my bad, or like, I would personally advise against saying sorry, in particular in the sexual interaction. Saying sorry if you do like these little accidental, like, oh, like you stepped on someone's foot or something, because only in the sexual context, by the way, because it kind of is a bit of a mood killer. It takes away from that kind of dominant personality you would like to portray, the dominant character you want to portray in the bedroom. It takes away from your self-esteem and your confidence subconsciously. It subtracts from being that domineering, badass, masculine figure in the bedroom. If you're able to accidentally, and I'm not talking about like actually causing harm, I'm just, like a little thing, like accidentally crush her hair and she hurts a little bit, or accidentally putting weight on an earring and it hurts a little bit. If you're the kind of guy who's able to receive that kind of negative feedback, like, ow, that hurts, or whatever, adjust accordingly, don't ignore it, adjust accordingly, and then continue giving her a great experience without recoiling and saying sorry and getting sort of butthurt and affected by it, without getting emotionally affected by it, that actually demonstrates a hell of a lot of confidence to her, and more importantly, reinforces a lot of confidence in yourself, and will keep things, keep your A game on point in that context. Now that your confidence is at its all-time high in the bedroom, it's time for you to try out some new sexual techniques. So learn how to turn her into a human fire hose right here.